Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my gold and silver update. This is JR. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do an analysis on gold and silver. Ignore these references. This is going to be for my next analysis this weekend. We're going to be doing quantitative easing, but we'll get to that this weekend after Thanksgiving. This is your monthly chart here for gold. We can see big candles, nothing negative about this. It looks like we might be building a pennant. If that's the case, regardless of what it is that we're building here, we're looking to find support within this area here. Big range between 14.5 to 13.5. If I look at the daily chart, you can see the daily chart is looking to possibly go down a little bit further. You have a high, a lower high, and this is your low, and this is another low, right? So now you have high, low, high. This no longer becomes the low, this becomes the low. This is still the high. Above 1535 is going to be very positive for gold. And ultimately, I do expect to find some support within this giant area here. Again, nothing negative about this market. We want to continue to buy the dips. For silver, okay, silver, you have and again, this is the daily chart. So again, smaller time frames. High, low, lower high, lower low. And now we have your high and your another lower low. This is a similar pattern to what we're seeing over here, right? Right? This is an inverted flag. And once that breaks down, you're going to see big moves to the downside, right? So it looks like we're building something similar to right here. And you can see this kind of do something like this where it keeps going up, and then again, once it breaks this, it's going to drop down again. So ultimately, if I'm looking at this monthly chart here, we can see just a confluence of support. So I am looking to find support here. You have resistance now turn support. This level has been a funny level where it constantly acts as support and resistance. So this time around, again, I would expect it to act as support. You have this trend line coming down here as well. So that could act as support as well. That used to be resistance, now is going to be support, right? You can draw this line like this as well. So any way you look at it, you're just going to find a lot of support within this area here, right? So ultimately, what I'm looking for is maybe one last drop, one last a few candles like this before it finds some support and it goes much higher. Then we're going to do the US dollar, or let's do the Dow. The Dow Jones, everybody knows I'm short. I'm still in my trade, still short. And created an all-time high today. So what do you have? You have the break above resistance. Now we have the test of that resistance now turn support. And now the next thing we need to do is go higher, right? You have quantitative easing going on again. Last month, we just started printing another $200 billion a year. That's why I'm doing that analysis for the end of for this weekend. And again, at this point, we just want to see if it's going to create a higher high. All right, so again, you have your high. Now you come back. This is where the test, where you now test support. Make sure that this resistance that used to be resistance now is going to act as support. And then you want to create that higher high. As of today, we're still having a little bit of an issue. It looks like the Dow is taking back some of its gains today, but ultimately, I guess I would expect this thing to go a little bit higher. Again, you do have some easing right now, so the market might get ahead of itself. Not that if you ask me, it's already not gone way ahead of itself. But in the meantime, we're going to keep an eye on this. Again, we come back, test support. Now we find, we create new highs. We'll see how that works. And again, let's look at the US dollar. The US dollar is still trading within this range. As you can see, it's very slow going, barely going above each strong level of resistance, right? So again, not too strong of a level, but not too strong of breakouts. But again, ultimately, it is creating those higher highs and those higher lows, right? So at this point, a big drop like this where you break a few levels, you would expect this to do something very similar to what it's doing. I'm not expecting a giant move to the upside. I think whoever's going long at the US dollar is probably being very cautious. And again, look to find some resistance at the 100-point range. And a move below 97 will be, I think, catastrophic for the US dollar. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'm not going to do another video until after Thanksgiving, so I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving with their family and their loved ones, okay? We'll see you guys next time at the end of this week for some more analysis. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.